Hello everyone, my name is Andre, I'm your host, and welcome back to Explosive Acceleration. Today I want to show you guys something that's very near and dear to my heart. This is my first car, and my first car is actually a retro supercar. Yeah, that's right. It took me a while. I've been out of school about 2 years, so for it to take me that long to get a first car, I don't know if I'm gonna say disappointed or happy, but on with the actual presentation of what it is. This right here is my first car, a Chevrolet Corvette. This is a 1994 Chevrolet Corvette. I know there's a lot of audio out here. I'm in the, well, not the heart of Detroit, but, you know, the best part of Detroit, Woodward, you know, the home of the Dream Cruise. So, yep, this is my 1994 LT1 Chevrolet Corvette. So this right here, that sounded like that looked like a Blazer that way. But, yeah, this is a red 1994 Chevrolet Corvette. Now, it is an automatic, but it has 300 horsepower with a 4-speed automatic. So I know that's not a lot of gears, but trust me when I tell you, it is fast. If you consider a C5 pretty good, then this will be pretty good as well. Now, come on, follow me, guys. Follow me up to the front. Now, let me show you the hardware we're running on. These right here are chrome. What the f is he talking about? These right here are chrome 17-inch rims, right? These are the saw blades. So the way these are shaped, right? They actually function to suck hot air out of the brakes to make your braking performance increase. So these right here are functional rims, and on all four corners, right? All of them actually face the same way, as you can see. So these are all, you know, the correct rims that came with the car. Now, looking at the size of them, these are 255s on the front, right? Which is pretty big, right? These in the back are 275s right here. So these are 275 on the width. They're honestly huge. If you come to the back of them, if you come to the back right here, I'm gonna stand in front of the license plate. Just look down there at the bottom, right? Crouch down. These tires are actually really big. I'm trying to cover up my license plate because I don't want you people finding me. But yeah, these are 275, so these are actually really wide. And then it should be quad exhaust tips or dual on both sides, but I actually have these more squared off exhaust tips that you get in 1992 and later. You come up, we have, this is a facelifted C4, so after the refresh and the redesign of the 90s, they came with these more squared off taillights that you have right here. And it no longer had the top center mounted brake light. That's how you can really tell the difference between the 80s and the 90s. The 90s would have this right here where it's kind of at the bottom, and then the 80s would have a top mounted center light that actually, in my opinion, just looks better. So follow me up to the front, right? Let's come up here and look under the hood. Now this hood is absolutely gigantic. This thing is about 70 pounds and it's hot as shit in here. Let's see. This thing actually runs at about 220 degrees, but this right here is a 350 small block Chevy V8, right? And like I said, it pushes 300 horsepower and then 330 pound-feet of torque. And this right here, paired to the 4-speed automatic, is good enough for 171 miles per hour in the standard base model that you would get from 1992 to 1996. Now, you could get more power in these engines. Like if you had the red engine covers, that would mean you have an LT4, which is the Grand Sport engine. And I don't know what that one tops out at, but it's more horsepower and it's pretty noticeable. But it's only manual. And then lastly, you can get a ZR1, which is the highest model of Chevy Corvette, with 405 horsepower in, I think, 1993 to 1995. It was only like 2 years of it. But yeah, this right here is a pretty dependable powertrain. It's not really going to let you down unless the OptiSpark goes. If you guys don't know what that is, it's the electronic system that monitors the timing of the engine, and if you get water on it, your engine's not going to start. So besides that, this is a pretty reliable car. There are things that go out, like my headlights. Right here, you can see there's actually a is that a bug? I have bugs on my headlights. These things are so flat, if you ever hit a bug with this car with your headlights up, they're gonna stick right on. So watch out for that. Kind of sucks. But coming back into the car, right, you don't ever want to slam these hoods. Just want to let them come down, and then either from the center or both sides, you can push it down like that. I just put some fingerprints on my car, but we're not gonna worry about that. Now let me show you the inside of the car. Now, excuse me. First off, when you come to the inside of the car, these right here are 8-way power seats. So you can adjust these to come in. You can adjust these to come in. You have 3 levels of lumbar support, so you can actually adjust your lumbar support here, here, and all the way up here. These are power seats, so forward, backwards, and go around to the other side of the car. We're gonna give them a passenger side. I don't know, passenger side tour. Open up the door and get in. Jesus. It's hard. It's really, guys, it's really hard to find good camera people. I'm telling you. But yes, once you get in the car, right? Now, unlike most cars, this doesn't have 2 stocks. One for the wipers and then one for, well, your turn signals and your lights and all that. This just has 1 stock that controls the cruise control, the wipers, the headlights, the turn signals, the stuff for the spray that comes out on your windshield and things like that. Now, this car does come with some safety equipment to make sure that you don't kill yourself while you're driving it. I was just next to a C5 and he started spinning his tires once he hit 2nd gear. I can do the same thing, but I don't really want to. I only got this car last week. Actually, it hasn't even been a full week yet. I got it on Tuesday and today is Saturday. So, yeah, this car has things like ASR, which is just traction control, but in the 90s for GM products. I have ABS, right? I do have security system. If you can see over here where it says security, that is actually, yep, if you guys can see it, that's actually a very antiquated anti-theft system for the Corvette that started in 86. So yeah, it's not very good, and honestly, it's stopped more Corvette owners from starting their cars than people actually stealing these. But yep, pretty cool vehicle. It's got a digital and analog dash, so your speedometer is digital as well with all your dash equipment. So everything you see on the gauges down here, like the oil pressure, the oil temperature and things, that's all gonna be up here too if you want it to be. Now, this car is so old that there is no heads-up display and there's no option for a heads-up display, and that's okay. This is not a touchscreen. This is actually the spot for your warning lights. You know, you got your auto climate controls, you got your CD player. I'm sure it's very high-tech for the time, but nobody uses fucking CDs anymore. And yeah, if you want to, you can actually switch between burger units, which will be American, and then bad teeth units, which will be Europe. And I'm talking about you, Britain. This used to be not an airbag. This used to be a glove box, but now it's an airbag to make sure that my passenger right here, that she doesn't have any problems if we get into a crash. Just to make sure she won't go flying out the window because somebody doesn't like to wear their seatbelt. She's flipping me off, guys. You need to tell her to stop in the comments. Now, if you come down here, this is my 4-speed automatic. Now, if you come closer, right, you can actually see that there's 4 different settings. You have low, you have 1st gear, 2nd gear, you have drive, which would be, I believe, 1st through 4th, right? And then you have overdrive, which is more so your economy setting. It's not gonna make your car a lot slower, but I have noticed that there's a slight difference. If you look over there, there's actually a Corvette. There's actually another Corvette up there. I think that was an old Charger. But yeah, that one is literally the exact same years and all that. So pretty cool. He's just right around that. Hey, Mustangs, y'all niggas trash. I would smoke him any day of the week, anywhere, anytime. But now we come down here. This, starting in 1989, I believe, you could get a selective ride control button. So essentially, I have the ability that newer cars have where I can damp my shocks electronically. Now, it's not as comfortable as the brand new ride control like the Magna rides that C8, C7, and C6s get, but it is a noticeable difference when I switch it from Tour to Performance. The handling it stiffens up a little bit, so it makes it a little bit better, you guys. These are the sports seats. My car actually came with all the options. Like, this thing really has like the most options you can get, and it's stickered for $42,000 brand new back in 1994. But it's got all the options you can get: the selective ride, the sports seats, the better stereo system, the 2-tone. So instead of having a normal black interior, I have this more so gray interior with the black plastic. This is not American Premium, the Plastic Fantastic. And that's what this would be. But let's go back out of the car so I can show you guys a little bit more. Come back over to this side, please. Now, guys, on this side, right, you have, this is actually a supercar style handbrake. So essentially you would pull it up like this, right? And then like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari back in the 80s and early 90s, it drops down to get out of your way. So this is a supercar style handbrake. And then when you want to release it, you just bring it up, put some pressure on the button, and let it back down, and that releases your parking brake. So that's really for manual guys or when you're on a hill. I don't actually need to use that. But right up here, all Corvette C4s starting in 1984 have a removable target top, or all the coupes do. So I can actually take this off and turn it into somewhat of a convertible if I'd like to, which I'm going to show you guys in, you know, the next video. You can go watch it if you want to. But for today, I won't actually be making that video. Let's see. Now, come to the back one more time, right? And back here, you can actually see that I have a centrally located fuel filler. And the good thing about this is that you can actually pull up to either side of the fuel, you know, the fuel pump or the gas station, and you can fill up the gas. This car only takes premium, so you can only put a minimum of 91 octane in a C4 Corvette. Anything less, and you will most likely get some engine knock. It'll go away if you put the correct gas in it, but don't put the wrong gas in your C4 Corvette. Now, for privacy, right, we actually have a privacy cover right here. So what I can do if I want to is I can bring this and drop it right here, and you can no longer see what I have in my back seat, which is pretty cool, and honestly some good interior design. Later Corvettes do have these, but they're much more fussy to put on or put off because they're like a separate piece that you have to hang up from the top. So it's not really as good as this one. So I would say if you're looking for a cargo cover, this Corvette has the, wow, crazy. Already having GM problems. My stuff's getting stuck. There we go. Right here, when you're sitting in this car, you're actually basically sitting on the rear axles. The tires are literally right in front of the seat. So if you come over here and look, you're sitting right in front of the seat. It's kind of a odd place to sit. If you come up here, this car is very difficult to park because if you look from right here, right, you can see that you're actually, this is a horrible angle. Back up a little bit. If you come up here, you can see that the driver is actually, in fact, record me, you see that? The seat, this is the front of the car. I don't even think that I make it back to the seat. So I'm 5'6". My arms probably reach to about 7 feet. My arms don't even get to the driver's seat area. This is truly a very long ass car, and it's kind of hard to park. Since I just got it, I'm not really the greatest at parking it. As you see, I did this first try, so that was pretty good, but pretty difficult car to park if I'm going to be here. Now, if you come back up here, don't actually mind my Chick-fil-A bag. In here, inside of the car, right? Don't mind my Corvette, my Corvette cooler. I don't even know what this is. It was just in my car. But down here, actually, when I open this up, this used to be a storage cubby back in 1984. But what they did was to make sure that you had all the stuff that would keep you safe. This is actually where the ABS module is located and my selective ride control module. So all of that is in there for easy access. So if it ever breaks down, I can just come back here and replace it. It's a pretty good thing. Now, when I come over to the other side, right there, which I'm coming over to show you guys, this is a storage cubby that has a little bit of storage inside. I don't know how well you can see it. Don't scratch up my paint, big booty motherfucker. This is storage right here. If it's not enough storage, well, that's too damn bad, because this down here actually isn't more storage. It goes deeper because this is the location where your car jack is held. So yep, this is for your car jack and the location of your antenna equipment. So back here somewhere, where the fuck is my antenna at? Oh, it's on that side over there. That is my antenna equipment for my raising antenna. It's pretty cool, and it kind of looks like a toy car, honestly. But yep, jack is down there. And the reason that you would need a jack is because, hey, don't get the license plate. What you doing? Now squat down real quick. Don't get the license plate in there. You actually have down here, it comes with a spare tire. I know most modern sports cars don't come with spare tires, but down here in a stupid little Chevy Corvette, you actually get a spare tire. And in my front seat, behind my actual seat, I have a iron or a steel. I don't know if it's iron or steel. It's one of the two, but I have a steel ratchet, which is actually more than strong enough to untorque these tires. So if something goes wrong and I need to get where I gotta get, I can just take that iron bar, take off those lug nuts, and change the tire and get on about my day. But that's pretty much about it. That's the tour of the car right there, honestly. We can go do a little test drive. Maybe it'll be fun for you guys. It's a pretty good sounding car. If you just, this car is pretty difficult to get in, I'll be honest with you. Lowest down to the ground. It's honestly a pretty cool car. It really just looks like a toy, if you know what I'm saying. That nigga is flying, and I want her to go to jail. She just touched my butt. You know what? I have a good idea. Just come over here and the truth is, I need you to get something out of my trunk for me. Just hold on a second. I need your help real quick. Yep, so you see that thing down there, that very important thing down there? Just bend over the back of the car and get it for me. Do you mind just reaching down there like farther and getting me the thing I need out of the car? Farther, please. You know, just really reach in good. You might have to jump in there almost, if I'm being honest. Alright, so we're just gonna go on a little drive, you know, with the Corvette. I'm gonna roll up the windows because it'll be hard to hear in here if I don't. But yeah, I'm going a little drive. I'm gonna put this in the, damn, that nigga's flying down Woodward. Put this in the sportier setting. I'm not in sports suspension mode. I'm just in tour mode, so it's not gonna be anything drastic. But I just want to give you guys a little drive tour real quick. It is a pretty good car. It's pretty quick on its feet. I could probably beat most normal people out here as long as I don't run into any like Hellcats or anything. Any Scat Packs, Mustang GTs, Camaro ZL1s or SSs. Pretty much anything that's modern mid-level performance. This is, at this point in time, this is really more so a low-tier sports car more than anything, right? I'm sorry the phone's a little bit tilted, you guys, but yeah, let's go ahead and take off real quick. Come out of here. It does have the auto cancel turn signal, so they don't stay on, but let's just, yeah, there we go. Look at though. Get a good look at this real quick. Isn't this pretty cool? The little orange lights kind of makes you feel like you're in a special place, you know. I suppose I am going a little bit slow. Alright, Jordan, go ahead and start. Oh, you're already recording?
Yes.
Oh. No!
Was I not supposed to be already recording?
No, not that. What the fucking fries go back here? I should have threw this away while we were stopped. Whatever, I'll clean it up when we stop. Alright everyone, we're gonna do a slight pull just to give you a little bit of you know, a little demonstration of its quickness. And that was what, 3 seconds to 45? It was pretty quick. It's not the fastest thing ever, but this thing will do a 0 to 60 in what, 5.1 seconds. So it's not the slowest thing ever. It's pretty quick on its feet. Now I probably could have done that a little bit faster. I didn't get any wheel spin at all, so I really could have done that faster, but I think it's probably a good idea to not go around being an idiot in a car I don't know how to drive fully yet, so we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, as far as this car being, you know, pretty quick, a pretty good car, that's about everything I got to say about it. Well, thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. There will be plenty more Corvette, and there will even be some Charger content because my brother will be with me sometime. So if you guys like, please like and subscribe, and you know, come back for the next video, and I'll see you guys all next time.